What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Dr. Vincent Esposito, and today we're going to be talking about the top reasons why you might be struggling to lose weight. Obviously, weight loss is a big issue, so I want to tackle kind of the main reasons and if some of them might be affecting you, but more importantly, how you can go about fixing them. That's kind of the real point here. But before we get into that, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel below. Coming out with videos every week on nutrition, health, wellness, plant-based recipes that taste great. If you're interested in any of that stuff, please like and subscribe below. With that said, let's get to the video. Now, if you've been following this channel for any period of time, you would realize that I am a major component for plant-based eating. And the reason being so is that plant-based eaters tend to have smaller waistlines, better BMIs, lower body fat percentages, lower blood pressure, and lower incidences of a variety of different chronic diseases, many of which the Western world is plagued with today. With that said, some people who are plant-based might still struggle with losing weight, and that is the reason for this video. So if you have tried that and you still struggle to lose weight, these are the top reasons, in no particular order, why this may be an issue, and we will hop right into them. The first one that we're going to cover today is calories, actually, and how many you might need on a day-to-day basis. Now, obviously, we need a certain amount of calories to give us the macronutrients, the proteins, fats, carbohydrates, and micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and other resources the body needs to function optimally. And there is a baseline level we need for that. So sometimes we see underfeeding, which can be an issue, and obviously overfeeding. Now, the amount of calories you might need is dictated by a variety of different factors, including age, sex, ideal body weight, height, and activity levels. And just because something or a certain amount of one thing might be good for us does not always necessarily mean more is better. So when it comes to this, if you are not particularly physically active, for example, and you're having these huge smoothies in the morning with coconut cream or nut butters that are like 800 to 1,000 calories, chances are you're kind of overdoing it and you might need to taper that back a little bit. One major problem we see a lot is drinking too many calories. This would come in the form of sodas or fruit juices, or even those kind of like dessert coffees you get at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. This actually makes up for a big reason why you kind of get too many calories from time to time, and a very easy way to avoid it is by simply getting rid of those. Now, generally, if you are overweight, I'm not a huge fan of calorie counting, but in those situations, it could be useful. I will link my video above on how my feelings are on calorie counting. But it is still the best tool we have and still could be useful in certain situations. The other issue that comes across from time to time is actually underfeeding, not getting enough calories. Now, the problem with this is when you don't get enough calories, the body goes into starvation mode. And when we go into starvation mode, the metabolism slows down, and this causes issues when it comes to weight loss, and you need to be getting the proper amount of calories to get that metabolism back up to where it should be so that you can go lose weight going forward. The next reason is having a slow metabolism. So metabolism is dictated by the mitochondria, and the mitochondria are the powerhouses of our cells. They turn glucose and fatty acids into the currency of the body for energy, which is known as ATP. Now, we need a variety of different nutrients for these to perform properly, including proteins, fatty acids, B vitamins, iron, selenium, magnesium, and CoQ10. When you don't have enough of these raw materials, metabolism can slow down, and this could inhibit your ability to lose weight. The third point on my list is going to be regularly eating at night, specifically late at night. So eating late at night disrupts circadian rhythm, and this could have a variety of health consequences down the line. When you eat late at night, it disrupts insulin sensitivity, or the ability of the pancreas to produce adequate amounts of insulin. When this happens, glucose is not able to enter cells as it should. And if glucose doesn't find its way into cells, then it ends up being stored as fat. With that said, we should keep in mind that we should be eating in tune with our circadian rhythms. Ideally, you want to be eating before 7 p.m. or at least 3 hours before you go to bed. That seems to be ideal. And if you're looking for ways to curb your hunger at night, I did a video on this. I will link that above here. Number 4 on my list is not getting enough protein. And if you remember earlier, mitochondrial function could be slowed down without enough protein intake. Generally, I like to recommend around 1 gram of protein per every kilogram of body weight. So that's kind of a good measuring stick. I know as a vegan or eating plant-based, this might be a little bit more difficult, but generally you want to focus on getting some form of legume, lentil, beans of all kinds, nuts and seeds to get this protein intake up. Protein is also important for maintaining muscle mass, which as we age is a marker for health overall and incidences of chronic diseases. Number 5 on the list is gut dysbiosis. So when the gut microbiome is out of whack, it can be incredibly difficult to lose weight. One of the major reasons for this is the main hunger hormones, leptin and ghrelin, that control satiety and fullness, can be directly affected by gut dysbiosis. Some of the symptoms of gut dysbiosis include abdominal cramping, bloating, diarrhea, and constipation. If you experience these regularly, you should do your best to address them as best as possible. Generally, you want to be eating a diverse array of fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, legumes, and getting enough fiber you need to create that gut microbiome diversity you need to promote healthy hormone production. You should also be getting probiotic foods to help recolonize the gut with healthy gut bugs if they happen to not be present in the first place. And if you are having trouble after you incorporate these foods, then you should consider working with a doctor to help fix the underlying root cause. The next one on the list is not getting enough water. Now, simply put, water is the medium that we use to exchange nutrients beyond or between cell walls. So if we do not have enough water, we are not able to get nutrients across the barriers they should be. For example, if we look at the metabolism example we talked about before, if we cannot get the nutrients into the mitochondria that we need, then metabolism slows down, which can contribute to weight gain. Number 7 on the list is consuming too many junk foods. Now, even if you are plant-based or vegan, guess what? There are tons of junk foods still available out there that are processed, refined, and could wreak havoc on the gut and disrupt you from losing weight. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we need to remove all these refined and processed foods and replace them with whole, unprocessed versions of food. The next one on the list is simply not getting enough sleep. Now, not getting enough sleep can have the same effect as eating late at night. And when that circadian rhythm is kind of out of whack and off balance, the pancreas is not able to produce enough insulin, the insulin that we need. And when we are not getting enough sleep, the same issue applies. So in the same scenario, if we eat too late at night, we're not getting enough insulin into the bloodstream, glucose cannot enter the cells, and that extra glucose gets stored as fat. Now, I also did a video on sleep. If you're looking for tips, I will link that above right here, and hopefully you can find some of those tips helpful. The next one on my list is high stress levels. Now, high stress levels are directly involved with our ability to lose weight because it affects gut health, digestion, and other sympathetic functions. Constant high levels of stress trigger the fight or flight response, and when this happens, it impedes our ability to digest and assimilate foods properly. When the sympathetic nervous system is turned on, we release epinephrine and cortisol, which are the stress hormones that impede our ability to digest properly, and when we do not digest properly, we end up storing, again, glucose as fat. This constant release of these stress hormones makes it much harder to lose weight in the long run and needs to be addressed. So for tips to help relieve stress or reduce the amounts of stress, I will link my video above here. The next one on this list I don't think requires too much time, but it's physical inactivity. Now, I know sometimes it's difficult to fit physical activity into your day, but if you want to try HIIT training for one, that's something you can do that requires high amounts of energy in a short amount of time. So if time's an issue, that could be something to do. One of my personal suggestions is to find a hobby you like that's either outside or just physically active, something that you can consistently do day in, day out. That would be a great place to start. And if you're looking for more ideas, I did a video on this. I will link this above here. Finally, the last one on this list is going to be some sort of hormonal imbalance. Now, we talked about pancreatic issues when it comes to glucose sensitivity, but thyroid panels can show some sort of hyper or hypothyroid issues. We talked about stress hormones, the effects of cortisol and epinephrine. Estrogen dominance can also be an issue, particularly for women who are looking to lose weight. And if you've tried some of these strategies above and have not had issues, it could lead towards some sort of hormonal imbalance that should be addressed. And if that is the issue, you should take it up with the doctor so you can find the root cause of this issue and manage it effectively. And there you go. So those are the top reasons why you might be struggling to lose weight. Hope you've found this video interesting or helpful in some way. If you have, please like and subscribe below. Come out with videos every week. Everything nutrition, health, wellness, plant-based recipes, gut health. You can find that all here. So if you find that interesting or want to find more information, please subscribe below. And until next time, guys, take care.